Hello everyone, my name is KG and I'll be briefing our BND team on their trip to Hong Kong. So our company, DLM, is a clothing company based in Singapore that deals in physical store sales and online shopping platform. Our company will be working with Primark Hong Kong to provide a digital shopping cart to Primark, and our BND team will be heading over to negotiate the agreement. Our partner Primark is an international retailer that offers the latest fashion design at an affordable price. Primark started its first store in Dublin in 1969 and now operates over 380 stores across the EU and USA. A little introduction about Hong Kong. Hong Kong is actually a SRA under the Republic of China, which means they are a special administrative region that operates under their own governance. Their main spoken language is English, Chinese, and Cantonese. It's also one of the most densely populated areas in the world, with an average density of 6.3k citizens per square kilometer. Now, just to share a little history about Hong Kong. Hong Kong was actually under China during the Han Dynasty period from 206 BC to 220. It acts as a trade route for Asia, Africa, and Middle East region. However, in 1839, in the First Opium War, Hong Kong was handed over to Britain, and in 1997, handed back over to China. Now, it operates as a commercial hub and one of the world's top harbors. Now, I'll be showing you a short video on the interaction with the Hong Kong team, and my teammate Xien will explain in details after.
Hello, is this Mr. Chi from Primark?
Yes, speaking. May I know who is this?
This is John calling from DLM. I'm calling today to talk about the collaboration. Is it possible for us to arrange our team to go over to discuss the proposal?
Yes, I've seen the proposal. Let's meet up and discuss this further. I'll send you the details of your arrangements.
Hi, it must be John. Welcome to Hong Kong.
Hello, thank you. Long time never come China already. China weather very hot, just like Singapore.
We have arranged a car for you to your hotel. Please follow me, sir.
Hello. Bye, Mr. Chi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This way, please.
Mr. Chi, this is my name card.
Thank you. And this is my name card.
Thank you.
Come, take a seat. 小红来点茶。Mr. T, Chinese tea, very good from Hong Kong.
Thank you. Mr. Chi, this is the proposal. Please have a look.
No worries. How's it in Hong Kong? Have you go to the casino yet?
Hong Kong is great. Please have a look at the proposal, please.
I tell you, that time I go Singapore, the lion very pretty. Very 很大个 very big.
One eternity later.
Sorry, sir. I really need you to look into this proposal, please.
I hope you enjoyed the short video. I'm Xien and I will be talking about Hong Kong culture. In Hong Kong culture, they have adopted the Western handshake as a greeting. When meeting a Hong Kong business partner, you should address them by their title and surname, and be punctual. In the video shown earlier, John had no problem with these. However, there are a lot more things that John did wrong. So, what did he do wrong? At the airport, he referred to Hong Kong as China. If you are unsure how a Hong Konger feels about Hong Kong-China relations, you should refrain from referring to Hong Kong as China, as they may find it insensitive or even offensive. When at the office, he patted Mr. Chi on the shoulder. While this may be a friendly gesture in Singapore, it should not be done in Hong Kong. Despite being used to their personal space being invaded due to high population density, they are still reserved when it comes to physical touch. Do you notice how both parties presented their business cards? You should use both hands to present or receive the card, and look at the card for a while before putting it away. You should also wear a mask in social situations. Mask wearing was a cultural norm in Hong Kong even before the virus outbreak, and now that COVID cases are rising again in Hong Kong, it is even more important to be wearing a mask. Lastly, John was very pushy in getting Mr. Chi to look at the proposal. Hong Kongers like to make small talk in order to build long-term business relationships, and thus you should be willing to engage in small talk with them. Next, I'll be passing the time to Zhen, who will be looking at Hong Kong using Hofstede's model.
Thank you, Xien. Hello, my name is Zhen, and today I'll be talking about the Hofstede model of Hong Kong. This is a Hofstede cultural dimension comparison between Hong Kong and China. You can see that both are relatively similar as they are both part of Asia. We will start with power distance. Hong Kong fall towards the higher side at 68 for power distance. Inequalities between subordinates and superior roles are normal. They value leadership roles and accept the unequal distribution of power in society. As you can see from the photo when Xie Hong was ordered to open the door and prepare the tea, he does not question the instructions. This is a very common sight in high power distance country. Moving on, Hong Kong leans towards the collectivist side at 25. Families and communities come before themselves. They are often working as a group. From this video, you can see that Xie Hong is often by the side of Mr. Qi. This shows that they value group loyalty a lot. Communications are very indirect. As you can see from the video earlier, when John asked Mr. Qi to look at the proposal, Mr. Qi asked numerous indirect questions and pushed the proposal aside, showing that he does not want to take a look at the proposal at the moment. Now, I'll be handing the time over to Belinda, who will be presenting on the remaining two Hofstede cultural dimensions.
Thank you, Zhen. This is Belinda, and I'll be going through the parts of the Hofstede cultural dimensions that was not shown in our video, as these traits are usually more subtle. For the masculinity index, Hong Kong leans towards the masculinity side, which can be seen in their long working hours and their success-oriented mentality. There are also fewer women in management positions, which further proves these facts. In the uncertainty avoidance index, Hong Kong is under the low uncertainty avoidance with a score of 29. They prefer to plan in advance and follow closely to the plans that they have made. The people in Hong Kong are comfortable with ambiguity and is adaptable and entrepreneurial. So now we'll move on to the Hall's context model. According to Hall's context, Hong Kong falls under the high context culture. And while there is no research that directly tells us that Hong Kong is high context, we can make this assumption based on the similarities that it shares with China. And China is very high on the Hall's context models list, as we can see in this diagram shown here. So what does this mean? So similar to all the countries that fall under the high context culture, Hong Konger tend to be less straightforward, especially when it comes to giving a negative response. And when communicating with them, it is important to pay attention to their non-verbal cues and their body language, such as when they show hints of hesitations, which would help you accurately determine what they actually feel. So with Hong Kong, they also like to have a lot of small talk before talking about their business, which can also be seen in our video. So now I'll be showing you guys another short video, which is actually a continuation of our previous video, which will be showing you guys about the different negotiation scenarios. And then after that, I'll be handing my time over to Xien, who will be telling you guys more about the video.
50K a bit expensive. So sorry.
But sir, this is our final price already.
I heard a company that can do at 45K. Is it okay if we do at 40K?
50K is our best price. So please consider.
Okay, I'll discuss with my boss. I look forward to our next collaboration. Thank you, thank you.
So is there a problem with our proposal?
No. I'm hungry already. How about we go eat dim sum first? I treat you. Come, let's go.
Sir, but can we settle this proposal first? I need to give my boss an answer soon.
Is this the best offer you guys have?
Yes, sir, this is our best offer already.
Okay, give me some time. I discuss with my boss first. Thank you. Okay, I have checked with my boss already. We have a deal. The proposal looks good.
Is there a problem with the proposal?
Can we do 40K instead?
Alright, let me make a call to my boss first.
Okay.
Hello, my boss is willing to offer you guys at 45K, but we will have to extend the contract by 3 years.
Okay, we have a deal. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, happy doing business with you.
Hi, I am Xien, and I will be elaborating on two scenarios as displayed in the video before this. The negotiation scenarios in the video are as follows. The first scenario will be depicting both parties competing for an advantage for their own side, in this case a lower price. It is only beneficial when both parties can reach a temporary agreement quickly. But no matter how the discussion ends, one side will be decidedly disadvantaged and may come out of it thinking that they have made a loss. Furthermore, negotiations will be cut off altogether, damaging the relationship between both sides. If each side only focuses on gaining an advantage rather than trying to find mutual benefits for both sides, business relationships will sour and both companies will lose face. The next scenario is showcasing where one side is choosing to avoid discussions for now by redirecting the other party's attention away from the topic. Unlike the scenario where they were competing, this situation directly bypasses conflict. When one side insists on discussing the topic at hand, the other side completely stops negotiation entirely and does not seem to want to engage in further negotiations. As this continues, without any progress being made, negotiations cannot continue, and at worst, discussions might end altogether, signaling the end of the business relationship if one or both parties are always withdrawing from negotiating. Next, I will be passing on the presentation to my teammate Nicholas, who will be further elaborating the other negotiation scenarios.
Thank you, Wei-Shin. Hello everybody, my name is Nicholas, and I will be describing what will happen for the remaining two scenarios, accommodating and collaborating. Accommodating is a negotiation style where one party, in this context, Primark, takes a step back and willingly takes an unfavorable outcome in the hopes of trying to build rapport and to help preserve the good relationship between both parties. Accommodators will attempt to build friendly relations as compared to hostile ones by sacrificing some of their own interests to keep the opposing party happy. However, keeping up with this negotiation style for long periods of time might result in resentment being built up for the accommodating party. Another disadvantage for the accommodating party is that as they are showing themselves to be weaker, other businesses might take advantage of this accommodating style and push for more demands. Moving on to the next scenario, collaborating. Collaborating is when both parties actively try and seek out the best options, resulting in an I win, you win situation. By actively pursuing for the best outcome for both parties, trust can be built. By laying out each other's wants and needs, there is a sense of fairness to the collaborative effort, and if both parties can come out feeling like the winner, then the collaboration was a success. However, collaborating requires a lot more time on the negotiations to try and figure out various solutions that benefit both parties. For example, in this scenario, the LLM noticed a hint of hesitation on Primark's side, and, trusting his senses, decided to pry further. This ended up with further negotiations which, in the end, benefited both parties much more than the initial proposal. Next up, I will be handing the presentation over to my teammate Xien. Take it away.
Thank you, Nicholas. Quick question, did anyone notice that there's a missing scenario? Yes, compromising is not included in our videos. In the case of Hong Kong, the compromising scenario will be similar to accommodating, as they will be the party to give in most of the time. Compromising is somewhere between accommodating and collaborating, but with no definitive resolution, as it can lead to win-lose, lose-win, or win-win situations. Both parties win some and lose some when they compromise, meeting halfway. This may seem fair, however, one party may be dissatisfied as they lost more compared to the other party. Like accommodating, compromising is also not a long-term solution, as at least one party has to accommodate each time. Hence, whenever possible, the collaborating style should be used instead, so that both parties are satisfied with the outcome. I will be passing the rest of the time to KG to conclude our presentation.
Thank you, Xien. In conclusion, we have gone through the culture of Hong Kong and all the important things to take note of. We also went through the correct interpretation to their actions and words, and in reaction to various scenarios, we also went through various strategies to react to it. Ultimately, in our team's point of view, we are looking for a partnership, so our most optimal choice of action would be the collaboration. I hope this presentation deepens your understanding of Hong Kong, and if you have any questions, keep it to yourself. Thank you.